Hello and welcome to this video on nodes and internodes. These two words are the foundation for some if not many bonsai. This is because all growth is dictated by where these two things are. Nodes are the points on a stem where you will find the parts of the plant propagate from. They will contain the leaf buds, the leaflet, and this is where your branch, flower, or aerial roots will begin to develop. They are distinguishable from the rest of the tree, and particularly the internode, because there will be a scar left behind when the leaves fall off. The stem will have at least two nodes. This means that your entire trunk of whatever plant you have is essentially a series of nodes giving rise to the branches. Each of the branches forms out of one of these nodes and is always at the top of them. Between each node, the space is called an internode. With bonsai, nodes and internodes are very important. The nodes are important because it is where your foliage pads new branches, and just about everything else of importance is focused. You want nodes as close together as possible. Contrasting this, many bonsai create the well-recognized problem of having long internodes. This is a long stretch of branch bereft of any growth. Maples are well known to be like this at times, especially if they've been given a high nitrogen fertilizer and little else. Long internodes means large areas without ramification, foliage, or development. Internodes are identifiable even though they're found in many different species, and many of them have different lengths. Internodes serve the purpose of making the plant longer. Generally speaking, taller plants have longer internodes. Once the growing season comes to an end, the internodes should stop growing and the length of them should decrease. Xylem and phlegm are both found in internodes, which means they primarily have the role of transportation of material. The first of these moves water, and the second moves food. These two words, and the reason why they're so important, should be apparent, if not obvious, if you have tried your hand at bonsai before. To start with, let's look at an easily identifiable node with bamboo. The long, straight, and round sections are the internode. Where the bamboo shoots flare out in a ring is a node. The demonstration species also shows how not all nodes produce buds, leaves, and stems. There are also examples like this crassula species, which have almost no space between the nodes. This is apparent in the scars left behind when leaves are dropped during plant growth. When you prune your bonsai, these nodes and internodes are what you need to be aware of and take action accordingly. Prune in the right place and at the right times. By doing so, you ensure a bonsai grows and you encourage ramification. This is also important with species that undergo dieback when you prune them. If you cut too close to the node, the internode space can die back and then affect the node, if not kill it. Conversely, you may simply have dead wood at the end that you'll need to remove if you cut too far away from a node. You need to shorten these with pruning to keep your bonsai compact, styled, and properly growing so that you have the right redundancy and ramification. This is why knowledge and appreciation of nodes and internodes is important. They will make your bonsai bigger, flourish when cared for, and determine whether or not there will be new branches, flowers, and leaves. This can also be a deciding factor in selecting bonsai stock. Some simply do not have buds or nodes that will allow for training in a reasonable amount of time. Other species may not develop growth on nodes further back on the branch, and so even though it may look like a great option, without knowing that the buds further back from the outside will not ever grow, you may not be able to choose that particular example. Conversely, others that look particularly unattractive may be a variety or species that is prone to backbudding quite freely. These are the details that can be important when choosing the right stock, or finding Yamadori. Thank you for watching this video. If you have found it interesting, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions that you have below.